Hello there.
Welcome.
Hello,
Welcome to the
everyone.
State of Podcasts.
How are we? Oh shit,
Okay,
we're doing
let's
an
do it.
intro, aren't we?
Oh yeah, let's cut this bit out then. Even though Alex probably won't knowing it's us.
No, no,
Well,
fuck it.
welcome to
Once
welcome to the state
again,
welcome to the State of Podcast brought to you for awkward nerds by some awkward nerds. Today we will be looking
not
at
brought to you by Audible.
not brought to you by Audible. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll work
Although
on
if
Maybe
that.
next
if
week.
if Audible want to sponsor us, we're completely okay with that.
There is
Anyway,
always
we have
next
another.
week, so
We have a third man today.
We do.
yeah,
David
hello
Soul.
everyone. The man, the myth.
Man, that's David
Obviously, not David Soul from the old TV shows from the 70s.
Although I am named after him,
Although,
sadly.
yeah. This is a Columbo fanatic, much like myself.
I could be watching Columbo right now. It
Unfortunately.
is actually on TV at the moment.
Well, once again,
It's always
David,
on
my wife
TV.
loves you, and
Just one more
Of
thing.
course, Columbo's always on TV. It's the only TV show that's always on TV.
That's why it's so great. It's always there. He never leaves.
No, except when no, it's too heavy. Anyways, and then there's obviously this. Right, this is not a Columbo special because yeah, we'll do that another
caught-
day.
This is what always happens every time we start
New
talking
COD
about
came out.
Columbo.
Yeah, new. Well, you see, today's topic is COD. Now, I think Call of Duty arguably have had their best year of all time this year.
Really?
Well, if you think about it, they had Warzone.
It's been pretty big. I mean, when
Yeah.
Warzone come out,
Oh, there's no.
Warzone,
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2 remastered, the campaign remastered, right? And then you
Yeah.
have, obviously, Black Ops Cold War. Like, it's been a pretty busy year for them, like, compared to, like, every other year. But I would say it is probably their biggest year.
Well, don't they have all their other studios now? Instead of they're only making two COD, like they're only having Treyarch COD and Infinity Wars COD
Yeah.
now. So they're not gonna have a third.
No, no.
Install-
Because
installment?
Sledgehammer basically almost merged with Treyarch, because both their
Yeah.
head developers kind of left. So that's why...
yeah, but there were so many studios working on Cold War because it's like High Moon
Yeah.
were working on it, Sledgehammer.
Well, they
was
had
on it.
Beanox were
Raven
working on
was
it
in
as
it as
well.
well?
Beanox is yeah.
Beanox and Raven.
Yeah.
Beanox were doing obviously the campaign of Modern Warfare 2, and I assume are going to be working on right now Modern Warfare 3's remaster.
But potentially Modern Warfare 3, or we might see original Black Ops.
It's a wonder we haven't
Yeah.
actually got the original Black Ops remastered
Yeah,
yet.
because there was rumors that it was going to be happening with this one,
Yeah.
and then turned out obviously not the case.
Did Raven help with the Cold War Zombies? Is that what they were?
Wouldn't be surprised because
Because didn't they do Extinction for Ghosts?
yeah, no, because
If I remember
zombies
correctly.
this time around has a really interesting vibe to it because it basically is Treyarch zombies mixed with Extinction mixed with World War Two zombies.
Oh yeah.
And you can really see that. I remember I was talking to people and they're like, "Yeah, I understand, but where are you getting the extinction vibe?" And I'm like, "Well, it's very extinction oriented. Like you can exfil, you can just the buyable system, basically every single upgrade
Yeah.
conversion system. The
I
fact that
believe
you
it.
go on,
No, I was just gonna say it does have like that Extinction. It really feels like
yeah,
Raven have had a big influence with it.
yeah, but it's nothing but positive things. Like I'm
Oh,
a
yeah.
hardcore Treyarch fan, and I'm loving this card, and I'm
And I'm
kind of
kind of
worried
the
about
opposite.
it.
See, I'd be kind of the opposite, where I've
Yeah.
I've only ever played Black Ops 2 and 3, and I didn't really enjoy them per se. I played a lot of Black Ops 3, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it. But this year, COD, I really think that the zombies is just kind of something that is worthwhile playing with it.
Oh yeah,
No, it's not just zombies though. There's three aspects to this new game.
which is
so far.
yeah. Well, this is the
That's,
interesting thing because like I remember saying to Adam like even just a couple of days into it, I was like, I would recommend this game to people just for one aspect of the game.
Yeah,
No, I've
gonna
not
have to
played multiplayer,
I'm gonna
I
have
was
to
just
disagree.
gonna say.
and I know everyone I've talked to who
Campaign-
has played
campaign.
multiplayer.
The campaign is not long enough to justify the purchase.
Well, I wouldn't say it's long enough.
Like,
It
at
is.
all.
It does feel very short, but I think it does warrant multiple playthroughs.
That's
I think
the good
that's where
thing,
it's
yeah.
going to come in because there's like a ton of different endings and
Yeah.
Just endings though, but the actual base game
Yeah.
is pretty much the
What
same.
is it?
It
It's like-
only affects the final outcome, and
It's
I
like-
can't see it. given it's only like maybe a 4-hour campaign, you could probably rush it in 3, depending on just
Yeah,
what
I
you're
mean, I
playing
think
it
I
on.
finished it in one sitting and took about 5 hours, but
Yeah.
that's just because I was trying to do everything in
Yeah.
one of my
All side
playthroughs.
quests and stuff. Yeah.
But even then, the two side quests that you do get, I will say, were extremely short.
Well, there's so many like little secrets. I think that is probably one of the biggest problems over this. Yes, I love this campaign. Yes, I want this to be like the campaigns going forward. But my only problem would be there was only 2 side quests. No, I think main story fairly well paced. I think that's exactly what you wanted from the main story. I wouldn't have the main story itself be longer, but side mission wise, I would have liked more side missions where it was
I would
just
have had a side
like,
mission after every main quest.
yeah, like it
Yeah.
was literally just Alex Mason and Frank Woods just doing shit basically.
One thing
Which
I will
is
say
what
though,
we had.
sorry, go on.
That was what we had in Black Ops 2. We had a side mission
Yeah.
after like every mission,
Yeah.
and that was a much.
Well,
probably
those are
about the same
strike
length of
ops,
main
weren't
campaign.
they?
Yeah, they weren't amazing. But
They weren't the
they were there.
best. I think they've really sussed them down now with this one. Like I do like the fact that little things affect missions and the outcomes of missions.
As I was going to say, one thing I really do love about the side missions is like the sort of pseudo puzzle at the start of it, where you have to like do other missions to get the clues to
I
actually.
didn't do it.
Oh, did you not?
I
do
didn't-
it?
no,
I just went ahead.
He didn't do it. I think they were the only 2 people who did. So,
I
did
just
do it.
did the mission.
Yeah, I mean, I did spend far too long trying to solve the fucking the the number puzzle thing. Where you
Which
had to,
one?
like,
Oh, is it the one that's like blue and red?
Yeah, you had to like figure out the phone number code or something like
It's
that.
actually not as hard as I thought it was because I got mixed up. It was like what you had to do was basically match the blues together and match the reds
Yeah,
together.
it was like just
I
find
didn't
the
know it was
pattern.
separately. I knew it was going to be a pattern, but I was doing the pattern as an all red, blue, red, not separately. That was my problem.
I actually had to break out the third year math just to actually figure out what the pattern was.
I mean, I do like this, and I think I don't know what they're gonna do next. Where I don't think we're gonna have like another game in the 80s. And Cold War wise, I don't know if we're gonna have a second Cold War game. I don't know what point we're gonna go to now. Either it could be the past again, or if it's gonna be more modern. Because the weird thing about Treyarch is Treyarch have never made a modern shooter. They've always either done a futuristic or a past one.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see a modern with that take. Now I haven't played Modern Warfare, but I would love to the new Modern Warfare. But I would love to see what Treyarch could do with something like that.
For the
See, I would be
sake of variety, I don't think we're gonna get that though,
No.
because
yeah.
we have 2 CODs now, and
Yeah.
they are the one timeline now.
Yeah.
It is
Confirmed.
confirmed.
Spoiler alert
Oh,
to the
yeah.
campaign. That they're basically set in the same universe now. Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to do what Infinity Ward did with Modern Warfare, where the actual campaign is kind of progressing in a way. There is stuff happening every season. They do add like
Yeah.
it.
It happened in Warzone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wonder if Treyarch going to do the same thing that they did, where the story is kind of progressing. Like there was like in the cutscenes for Cold War every time a new season comes out and stuff like that.
That's already started.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I mean, I think it was Adler. I think appeared in Warzone before he
Yeah.
appeared anywhere else.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because I know Frank
that's
Woods
gonna be the
appeared in
future of
Warzone when the teaser was coming out for. Like, because remember the teaser was revealed, or the trailer was revealed in Warzone. I think Frank Woods was a character there, and everyone was like freaking out that Frank Woods was in an Infinity Ward game.
Yeah. I wonder
but-
how they would do that, because I wasn't the biggest fan of that whenever they did it with Modern Warfare, because there was some stuff where it was like, whenever you finish the campaign, you're like, oh, I can't wait to see Ghost and all them characters
Yeah.
in the sequel, and then, oh, he's just in, okay, Ghost is just in the multiplayer now.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a
They still
problem.
might continue on it.
Yeah, no, but I think there's a
Yeah.
problem with Modern Warfare. I think Modern Warfare, and this might be very controversial, but that is what, these podcasts are. It's not as popular now as the Black Ops series. And I think people have to literally accept that, because I know a lot of people who don't. But there's a lot of characters in Treyarch games, especially like from the first Black Ops, who we've not seen again, but are very iconic
Mm.
characters, like Bowman, for example, from the first Black Ops game. He was only in
I
one
hate
game.
First Black Ops.
Bowman's
He's the one played
son.
by Ice Cube.
Bowman's son was actually in one of the trailers for Cold War, so we might be seeing
Oh.
his son in Warzone.
Yeah, I was gonna say he could be an operator.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking at least.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
But I mean, the Modern Warfare trilogy only really had 3 kind of iconic
Yeah, I was gonna
characters
say like they
that
kind
weren't
of dropped that
villains.
like after like the third Modern Warfare.
even
they tried to do
Ghost
other
isn't
stuff.
a good character. Ghost is a good design.
Ghost is
Yeah.
a good design.
A lot of people
Like, I
say
doubt
that they
anyone
love
can even remember
Ghost.
any of the U.S. characters. Yep, sorry. I doubt anyone can remember any of the names of any of the U.S. people that you played as.
Well, no,
in
this is
Modern
the
Sadly,
thing.
do.
I do, and it's only because of Modern Warfare 3, because
Yeah.
Timothy Oliphant played one of the characters. He played
Oh,
Sandman.
Sandman.
Yeah, so he played there was Sandman, there was Frost, there was but
I don't.
I don't have the same emotional impact. I just remember their names, really.
Oh, really?
I don't really care for them too much.
Oh, Sandman. It's weird
Because
Good
they
at
were the
Black
B
Ops.
team.
Yeah.
And then think of Black Ops, you're like, right, Frank Woods, Alex Mason, Hudson, Adler now. Adler's a pretty
Reznov.
cool character now.
I do like Adler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Reznov.
Yeah. Oh, biggest of the characters, like.
Well, I think the main detriment of the Modern Warfare series is they kept killing off all their main characters in their games. But you had Gaz in the first one, then you had Ghost in the second, and then
Well, weird thing is, Gaz and Ghost were played by the same voice actor, but Gaz was
Oh, wow.
arguably more of an interesting character.
oh yeah,
Even though they're
Gaz
basically
had
the
a lot
same
more-
character.
Gaz did have a lot more personality. Ghost is people. I'd say people only love Ghost
'Cause
just
he
because
looks
the way
cool.
that he looks.
Yeah.
There's
like, whenever you
Roach
tried-
as well. Like no one remembers him.
That's because Roach didn't have a voice. He didn't even
Yeah.
have a model. He was just your character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Oops,
Soap in
I'm
the
on-
first game, even when that was out,
Yeah.
people liked Soap
Oh yeah.
before they gave him a character in the sequel.
Yeah.
But then you have like characters like Yuri. Yuri's not that interesting of a character.
I thought he was whenever you're not playing as him.
What, one mission?
Yeah, the last
The
mission
one
of Modern Warfare
mission,
3.
yeah, where you play as
Freaking-
Price.
And he actually has a character.
Yeah.
I do like his flashbacks though. I thought they were pretty well done.
See, I think the weird thing about Treyarch, like, it's Black Ops series as a whole, and when we say Black Ops series, we do include World of War. 'Cause World of War does work as part of the series.
But
But,
it's set before it.
yeah, but, see, I don't know what they would go and do next, in terms of things.
See, I think it's just gonna. It's somewhat
90s?
this.
We've never had one in the 90s.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking Cold War in the 90s. Cold War in the 80s makes sense. Cold War in the 90s. What
Did
happened in the
anything
90s?
big happen in the 90s?
See, the problem
Well, I
is,
mean,
you
they
don't
could,
want to
though.
go
They can
to the
just
Middle
continue-
East.
They can just continue the Perseus.
No, but you don't want to do
Yeah.
the Middle East in a way.
What's
Hmm.
Modern Warfare?
Because I think that's where they'll go next. Because 90s was the Middle East in terms of, like, historic, American events. But I don't think you want to touch on that because that's just the Modern Warfares at the minute.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So I don't think they want to do that twice because then it's like, oh, well, what's the point? We know everything's going to be fucked up anyways by the time Modern Warfare comes around.
Well, I mean, if you think of it at the same time, I
we
mean,
all
I'd say you'd have to think of it in perspective of the Modern Warfare universe now in terms of the new game.
Yeah.
So maybe that I don't know.
I'm
I'd
quite
say maybe-
alright with that.
I would say maybe that we would continue. Maybe if we get just say Cold War 2, it would be continuation of just the story. Maybe not even a decade later, but maybe just months later or stuff like that. There, and then the
Immediately.
Modern Warfare series
Well-
will continue on with modern events.
Yeah. Well, you see, the thing is, I think there will eventually be a crossover period. But
Oh yeah.
the thing is, I think...
Well, that's happening now. Black Ops. It's 5 years.
No, I
till
know
Black
that, but
Ops
what I'm
2.
saying is, like,
Like full on
a
characters
proper...
in the same game.
Yeah, no, literally, like, it's
I'd say
literally
we'll have a
happened at the
young
same time.
Price potentially.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think it's not going to be like Black Ops Cold War. I think the title will stay as Black Ops, but I think it'll be like, oh, Black Ops, fucking, I don't know, whatever war is
War.
going on. Yeah, or something like that. Like, but I think they are going to stick with the Call of Duty Black Ops because I think
Oh yeah.
what Activision have realized is these spin-off games don't hold a title. The only things that do hold a title is the name Modern Warfare or the name Black Ops. And you can literally see that with the most recent games. You don't see another Infinite Warfare happening again. You don't see another World War Two happening again. You
Another
don't see another
Ghosts.
Advanced
Eventually,
Warfare
we could
or
see another World
Ghosts.
War Two. We could see another World War Two eventually.
No, but I
Well,
think I think in terms of titles, it'll be like Black Ops, World War Two,
War to War.
yeah,
Well, I
or
mean, I
World
think
War, or
it's
whatever.
Actually,
Like,
called
it's kind of similar with the way that most
my bad.
games in general are going, because there's so many
Yeah.
games that, like, just say Halo Infinite, that could be called just Halo 6. But I think that they're going to be pushing away from using numbers, because franchises are getting that deep at this rate. There's that many games and franchises where people see, oh, Call of Duty, I don't know, 17
yeah,
at this rate. They're going to go, oh no, not another one. There's already 17 others before this. So I think it is smarter to move away from numbers.
I
How
think
does
it's
FIFA get away with it then?
yeah.
That's 'cause-
Well,
that's
that's looking
'cause-
at the yearly.
That's what he
Yeah.
wants to do.
Yeah.
I'm
But
aware.
I think the problem with it is we're not gonna get another thing ever again. I don't think we're gonna get a new IP in terms of Call of Duties now.
No.
I think literally this last gen that we've had was the last gen of new Call of Duties. I think it is just gonna stick to their guns and be
Well, I mean-
Modern Warfare and Black Ops from now on.
That's
And I
what
don't blame
Yeah,
them.
but I mean, you can't blame Black Ops. You can't even bury bank on Black Ops after having Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 was a failure. So it's
Yeah.
not that bankable of a name.
But you see, the problem with Black Ops 4 is I don't link Black Ops 4's problems to its gameplay or anything of the sort like that. I see Modern Warfare's success due to Warzone, and I see Black Ops 4's failure to do with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Also,
Really?
franchise fatigue. I don't really blame Red Dead 2. Infinite Warfare was the previous.
No, World
I
War
mean,
2.
I kn-
World War
I
2 was the
think-
previous one.
Yeah, but I
I
think
do think it was more franchise fatigue of just every game feeling the same, and I think that's what Modern
I mean-
Warfare got benefited from, was the engine overhaul, because then it just made it feel like the franchise was kind of rejuvenated a little bit, and it felt a bit different.
Well, I think also the fact that the big issue with Black Ops 4 was, and I've always said this, and I said this on release day, its biggest failure was not making Blackout free.
Free, yeah, oh, definitely.
And you could see that with Modern Warfare and how that is actually, Warzone has basically made Modern Warfare a success story in a sense. Because I know people who have bought Modern Warfare because of Warzone.
Oh yeah,
I don't think everyone's doing it, but I think a lot of people are.
oh definitely. I'd be curious to see if in the future Warzone, because Warzone still uses Modern Warfare's combat, doesn't it? Like it doesn't use
Yeah.
Cold Wars.
No, it
like,
uses Modern Warfare, yeah.
That'd be interesting, because I wonder
Yeah,
how,
but that's
if they
apparently
would
gonna
ever.
get changed.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably going to be changed
Oh,
with this.
yeah.
They come December 1st.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I would wonder if they ever would change it.
Yeah, no, I can see them changing it, and I
That'd be
think
quite
it is a
big-
good move because it makes everything feel fresh.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'd be quite a big shake up in terms
Yeah.
of things.
And I
So-
think Call of Duty is the only battle royale that can make it
Legs.
interesting every year, because Call of Duty is a completely different cycle every year.
Yeah.
And I think this is
Well,
the only I think this is the battle royale that's gonna really push forward, and we've seen that already with Warzone. Because like most people play Warzone now than, anything else really in
Yeah,
terms of
I-
battle royales.
I mean, it definitely benefits from having, because there is different studios working on it. There is definitely a lot more like creative freedom in that way. Like if
And
you
time
take,
periods,
yeah,
which
like if you
completely
take
changes it.
like if you take Fortnite or Apex, it's just kind of one studio.
And you
with-
get fatigue in a sense of terms
Yeah.
of just reusing ideas and running out.
Oh yeah, like but with this year, there's so many like different, especially with what we just said about them changing the combat system with
Yeah.
Cold Wars. That could definitely just change the whole thing, which would,
I mean, completely new guns, completely new, everything
Movement
essentially,
system.
new skins. Because
Yeah.
like you're gonna have basically
The skins
every
already
single
work. You can already use the
You can
Black
already-
Ops skins, and
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they got rid
Sorry.
of the like the way they had like the two separate factions. They got
Yeah.
rid of that, didn't they? Now it's just all like one roster.
yeah,
Now, what do we think about zombies?
Oh,
Move back
easily
to
the best
zombies.
part.
this is my
of,
favorite. This is the
Cold War.
first Easter egg I've beaten on my own.
Now, for perspective of people listening, I'm a massive zombies fan, and I literally only buy Call of Duty because of the zombies. Um,
I'm
and these
becoming a
two are
zombies fan.
very casual fans.
This is the first Call of Duty in a very long time. I'd say I have actually completed a map, or not a map, completed a full on playthrough. I think the last time was whenever we tried to play Black Ops 3 and tried to do the Easter egg
Yeah.
in.
David, that was over lockdown.
I know, I'm well aware, but that was like the proper first time I've taken a map seriously since then, and before that it was never. So, and the fact that I was actually able to enjoy it.
Well, this is just evidence alone that they are pulling in new fans with this.
Oh yeah.
And I think it was a really bold move, but a really smart one at the same time to finally break away last year and not have a zombies mode. Because literally before that, the last time we didn't have a zombies mode was Modern Warfare 3. Because Extinction still counts as a third party mode in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Modern Warfare 3 it's Spec Ops. So
Yeah, but Spec Ops really wasn't. It wasn't
had
anything.
a mode.
Yeah, but no one actually played it. In terms of zombies, like a lot of people played Extinction. Extinction had a big fan base.
Extinction wasn't really a horde mode at the same time. It was more of just long missions.
Extinction was very underrated because Extinction actually had a really good niche, and I always thought they should have stuck with that.
I mean, I had a good niche until I got to the third DLC, and then it just kind of dropped the ball. Yeah,
because first DLC for Extinction, too hard. Far too hard. The snow map, far too hard. Second DLC, the best map they ever made with the Kraken. Right?
Oh, so good.
Third map, it's getting a bit weird here, but I can sort of play it. Fourth map, this is awful. It was awful. The fourth map was genuinely terrible. They started off really well because the first one was very basic, simple map.
Oh yeah.
And it's very enjoyable.
Even the one that came free with the game where it was literally just I'm the Nuke. That was even that there was probably better.
And also the
fourth map as well. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Like that was a really good map.
Because the second DLC was just too good. Like that should have been their final map in terms of because it was genuinely good. But it had a very mixed reception. But the weird thing was, by the time Infinite Warfare was coming around, and keep in mind Infinite Warfare technically had a 3-year development cycle, they decided to go for zombies, which was very weird at the time because by the time that happened, we saw a negative reaction mainly in the zombies community because everyone, including myself, wanted Extinction. And everyone was surprised they didn't do it at that time because it would have broke away from, having zombies every year.
Yeah.
And Infinite Warfare Zombies, people only really got interested in it when the last DLC came out because you basically had to do the Easter egg twice in every single map, and then you had a massive boss fight, which is the hardest boss fight in all the zombies.
God, did any of you play Exo Zombies?
Yeah.
Because I remember playing the
Advanced Warfare.
I think I played the first map.
Awful.
I didn't mind the first map.
It wasn't bad. My only problem is, why was that a DLC?
Yeah, it felt like the free map you would get with the game. That was
the first problem. When you're having problems in the early stages, it's very hard to push back, and that's why we didn't see anything like Extinction again. Exo Zombies.
Yeah.
Because, one, there wasn't a map. It's the only one that's done it. It's the only one that has done it where there wasn't a zombie, or there wasn't some form of map. Yeah.
It was just that weird Easter egg, because it didn't have them like the AI missions, and then if you did you did some, I can't remember, it was been that long since I played Advanced Warfare, but then you did everything.
So you had the worst. You had the first one, which should have been there free in the game from the get go, because the fact that you're forcing people to pay for a third game mode, without it being even demoed for free.
Yeah,
was essentially. It a pre-order bonus?
No, it was DLC. It was only DLC. Yeah. It was strictly DLC. You had to get basically a season pass to do it, and
I mean, I do think that Advanced Warfare just had one of the worst monetization systems that we've ever seen in a Call of Duty. It was just so weird.
I enjoyed it at the start. All I did was I enjoyed the campaign. It's pretty alright campaign,
Oh, yeah.
right? I enjoyed the multiplayer at the start, and then I
the start, yeah.
stopped playing it.
As soon as they started going fucking balls to the wall with
Yeah.
all the weapon variants, I was like, oh no.
Because, like, I think in between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, I didn't play a Call of Duty for a full year.
Yeah.
Like, what I mean by that is I didn't play a Call of Duty through its entire cycle.
Wait, what came out between Black Ops 2 and 3?
Advanced Warfare and Ghost.
Oh.
Yeah. And people were very upset when Advanced Warfare was announced because everyone was waiting for Black Ops 3. But paid off. But, like, I think, going back to Exo Zombies, you go from, right, first DLC being, a map that should be in the game from the get-go. Second DLC, you've made the worst zombies map ever made.
Burger Town.
You've made the worst. Did you see right? They actually reference this in Cold War.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, in one of the campaign missions, there's like a Burger Town, and if you go to the front of the Burger Town, they have your man in the Easter egg. Your Bobby boy.
Sure, they have Burger Town
Bobby
in Modern Warfare series.
No, I know that, but they have like the figure, the Bobby guy.
Was that only in that zombies map? I thought that was in.
No, he was only in the zombies map. Because they made it, and how he's basically the fucking. He has the entire Easter egg. They basically. Yeah.
Oh
Do you know what the Easter egg is?
No, I have no idea.
Right, this is why it is the worst song of all time. First of all, it's too small and cramped.
Yeah.
Second of all, it really adds nothing new, but they give you a wonder weapon that's basically a microwave. Right. Secondly, the Easter egg, you build a burger of zombie parts. Right. You feed your man. You have to get like a frying pan and stuff. Like this is genuinely, and you have to fill it with blood and stuff, and like in a sewer. It's the most, right.
Oh.
And then you send a missile. You launch a missile from the burger, the giant burger in the Burger Town. It's the most convoluted, banal thing I've ever played my entire life, but
it sounds almost as bad as the payoff to the first map's Easter egg. That was just equally as bad, I'd say.
Oh, do you not know? That's actually not. That's the bad ending. There's two endings to the first DLC.
Is there?
Yeah, people only discovered it after all the DLCs came out because one guy had figured it out by accident. When you're collecting the key cards, you have to melee all the zombies. And if you melee all the zombies and pick up the cards, the plane lands and you escape.
That's so weird though.
But only one person figured it out. Because people went into the game files and stuff and they were alright, one person figured it out.
Like, that's such a weird decision, like, only meleeing them. That's weird. I don't know. Do you know what in the third or fourth DLCs were? Because I know the third one was on the helicarrier or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. Which had Bruce Campbell.
Yeah,
Bruce Campbell.
He just kills John Malkovich, doesn't he?
Yeah, Bruce Campbell just shoots John Malkovich in the head straight away.
Yeah, and then he comes back as a zombie in the fourth.
What I hate about that, they got Bruce Campbell, one of the funniest men in the world, right? And they make him such a dry character. Right, John Bernthal is the comedic character in the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then you have Bruce Campbell in the game who doesn't make a single joke. It was, my god. No, well, the problem with the third one was, because they keep trying to do new ideas to pique interest, and the problem was that they kept trying to do new things. So bombs would go off in certain areas in the map, and if you didn't get the bomb in time, it would blow up. And if you were near it, you'd be dead and the game would be over. But if it blows up, you can't go into that area for a couple of rounds. It was so stupid. So it has you racing across the map, and there's there's humans that you have to kill, and it's the stupidest thing ever. But I'm just happy Call of Duty isn't like that anymore. The dark area of Call of Duty.
Yeah. Thank God.
I mean, it's just started Cold War. Don't assume anything yet, because we have new content coming out soon.
We do have new content, and I wanna talk to you about this. Zombies wise, do you think the best option for the first season would be to have just a small zombies map, just to tie us over?
I want a small zombies map, but I don't want what rumors are. The rumors is gonna be there's rumors it's gonna be in Nuketown again. Nuketown zombies.
Nuketown
Oh,
Zombies.
not again.
I do not want that. I want a
But
new map.
what do they mean by that? Is it? I think what they might do is they might do what they've done with Nact in the Machina.
No, we've had that. We've had that. We had that in Black Ops 4. That was what that was.
Yeah,
That was a bigger version of Nuketown.
yeah,
We
I
don't
know what
need
you
it
mean.
again.
I know what you mean.
I mean, I think me and Adam will probably agree on
I'm
this.
done with remakes.
Yeah, we both just
Yeah.
dislike Nuketown as a map.
Well,
and-
Nuketown 84 is coming out, so you'll be happy to hear.
It's of all the
I liked
maps to
Nuketown
like
in Black
rely
Ops 1
on.
and 2.
Yeah, but
Black
like, of
Ops
all
1
the maps,
and kind of got a pass in Black Ops 2. But since then, nah.
especially
I
Black
like
Ops
Black
3
Ops
with the new,
4s. I did like Black Ops 4s.
Black Ops 3
Because you could
was
go
terrible,
underground
though.
and stuff.
Yeah,
It was
Whenever
cool
they
for
had the-
zombies, the Black Ops 4 one.
No, it was different. It wasn't a fan favorite map. No one really expected too much from it. It was more of those gimmicky sort of things that most of the maps in Black Ops 4 was. Like, it was like,
Yeah.
this is fun to play, but I couldn't see myself playing this for like 6 months.
but there could have been like better maps at least to bank your. I don't know how you put it. Like, you know,
I think the
one
thing with
map-
Black
Well,
Ops 4 was
they
they already
argued-
had it in Blackout, so it was very easy to make.
Yeah,
We have a serious issue
'Cause-
where it's becoming that COD relies way too much on remake.
Well,
maps.
this is the thing. COD
yeah.
for all of the for every single for the whole extent. Excuse me. For the entire generation of the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, every Call of Duty DLC. So for a single DLC in every Call of Duty, you would have 4 maps. One of those maps was always a remake.
yeah.
One of
It's
those
always
maps was always a
firing, right?
remake.
But wasn't
I
Nuketown
had a
always
serious
just a
issue as
pre-order
well
bonus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
World War II, Call of Duty World War II had remakes of Modern Warfare maps when it wasn't even
Yeah.
made by Infinity Ward.
Yeah.
It does not make sense to me
Yeah.
at all.
Mm.
Just make new maps. Like, you're just appeasing. But Call of Duty fans are the single worst people because they either
Oh,
complain that it's too
yeah.
different or they complain it's the same thing every year. There's
I would
no
say-
keeping them happy.
In terms of
I think
Call of Duty
this
fans
year
are
has been a
just-
great balance.
Completely.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Call of Duty fans are just very casual. Like they wouldn't care anywhere near as much as we would, in terms of this stuff. But whenever they do change stuff that's out of the rhythm, there is
Yeah.
just so much backlash.
I mean, Black Ops 4 is the greatest example of this, where
yeah,
to do everything wrong, where you're pleasing fans, but you're not. Where the problem with Black Ops 4 Zombies, for example, was they changed everything, and half
Tried
the
to go
map,
back.
over half the maps, were remakes.
oh god,
If you think about it,
So
they-
I don't count those as remakes.
well,
I consider
but
them more sequels.
our problem was the fact that we had just come from Zombie Chronicles, so we had just basically.
Those were remakes.
Yeah, no, but what I'm
Those
saying
were
is,
remakes.
why couldn't we just have new maps? Because we had just come from Black Ops 3, which had. Right, The Giant was the only remake, basically, from that series.
Yeah.
Revelations
pre-order
was a bunch of different maps together, but it felt like none of those maps. It felt completely different. Nact was the only map that they actually had in its entirety in that. Same as for Verrückt, but again, they felt completely different, like map layout wise. They played completely different. It was just the fact that Black Ops 4, it was. As soon as DLC, or as soon as the Easter egg was found, no one played those maps.
Hmm.
Because the mechanics were so different. What they've done with Cold War is perfect in terms of they've changed mechanics but kept what we loved about Call of Duty and zombies in general. Where
yeah,
we have Jug, we have all these perks, but we can upgrade them.
oh yeah,
And we can upgrade, specialist weapons, which aren't really specialist weapons anymore, but they're a lot more unique in terms of, like, they feel more like something from Extinction, which I like.
Mm.
Like the upgrades from Extinction that you can pick up and stuff, that you can
Yeah,
craft.
definitely.
I think, again, with stuff like the entire map of Dimashina, very good to do. Where you do, I remember I was hesitant at the start about having Nact again, but they've done Nact well, where it is Nact, but it's the building of Nacht itself. You're never in there. The only time you go in there is to get a perk or something from the Easter egg. You never actually purposely go in there. You're always in one of the three big training areas. Um,
Mm.
and the fact that Nacht itself doesn't even act like a hub per se, like it did in Revelations. It's more of down in the Pack a Punch area can acts more like a hub in terms of where
Oh yeah.
what way to kind of go and stuff.
I mean, that's where
Um,
everything is. That's where like the armor is.
Oh
and-
yeah, literally that's where you upgrade and stuff like.
Yeah.
But it's also like right, it has everywhere leads there, which means
Yeah.
when you're there, you can go anywhere you want, especially with stuff like the ether portals and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's quite nice though because even though like there's so many ways in and out of it, it is easy just to get trapped as well. It can be just really risky to go down there.
Yeah, like
It's
I had a
weird.
great moment, David. What do you think of that video I sent you
Oh
last
yeah,
night?
yeah, the
I
clip,
we
yeah.
were doing the Easter egg. We were trying to get it done as quick as possible. I think we got done like 25, 28 minutes, something like
wow.
that. And I had the probably most near death experience ever, which just showing how far I've actually come. Where I was trapped in the weapon lab, the room with the big nuke. I had your big Megatron boy at me. It was either Megatron or Galvatron. I don't know. I called the green one Megatron and the red one Galvatron.
Whereas I called the red
And
one
I narrowly
Bayek.
escaped. It's
Oh.
Galvatron.
No, but I think that
yeah,
clip
it's
just
narrow
summed up the entire risk of going down there so well though.
Yeah.
Because that is a very close position.
Oh yeah.
Like in terms of right, there's two ways up, two ways down. If you go down one way, you're kind of trying to run as fast as you can. But like they put Daiquiri there, which is very smart, and they also put the part for the acid upgrade, which is very smart.
No, two of them, but you also
Oh
have to go
yeah, they
down
also
there
put
for
yeah, but that's an ether, yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
with the laser color.
Mm.
So
Have you...
what kind of
It's
map?
risky.
Small, because I know they are going to do a small map. I don't want them to do a big map yet, because it would be too soon. I think something smart to do something smart would be like to do something like the Giant or Nuketown in terms of just get a small
Size.
map,
Scope.
do it.
Well, when's the season starting for Cold War?
December
do you think?
1st.
December 1st.
December 1st, yeah.
I mean, I don't even think we would get him up until I would say season 2, which judging by most season lifespans would be 3 months.
No,
Yeah, but David, most CODs start with 2 maps.
yeah, most CODs start with 2 maps, and this was a
Ah,
big
okay.
complaint at the start, and I'm like, it makes sense to
Mm.
put a smaller map in around Christmas time,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. So I
Yeah, I
don't
suppose,
know.
Because
I don't know if we're gonna get it December 1st, but I know we're gonna get it in December at least. We're gonna get a small
I
map
mean, yeah, I would say December 1st then, if anything, would
Yeah.
be a nice time.
because it will be.
and I do not want a remake in the slightest.
Well, what if it was like a remake? Like, I'm trying to think of small maps. What would
If
work?
everything's been remade. Only like if you made town really big.
Well, no, this is the thing. You could do something like. See, Transit would really work as a remake, and I really hope they do it this time because Transit works in regards to De Machina, where it's basically the same, where it looks all normal from the top, but when you go underground, there's actually secret underground facilities and stuff.
Mm.
And I think that could really come into play in terms of Transit. Like, imagine Transit's actually just a front for, secret, experiments and
Testing
stuff.
labs. and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, that's
But-
kind of
Yeah.
already been teased with the power plant.
Yeah. We see, that's the weird thing.
But
Because
like, would you bring back the Avogadro though? Because like he already kind of came.
he
back
has
in
come
Black Ops
back
4.
again recently. I don't think you do the Avogadro, but you would do something new in a way.
Mm.
I don't know what you could do.
Although I do think a boss zombie on Transit could work very well.
Mm.
I don't know if you do the
Not
boss
like the
again.
Avogadro, but something
do
like
not-
round based.
I do not know if you do the boss again.
No. No, well, you see, the bus could work, but like when you go underneath the green lights and stuff, Imagine that, but ether portals.
That'd be good.
I think that's... Oh, it would be really interesting. I don't think they'll ever do it, but imagine, like, transit lava, but when you go through the ether, essentially, and you go out the other side, it's all normal, because it's back in time.
When was Transit set? What year? I know it's
Transit
not
was
so random,
set in... I think it's the 50s or 60s.
Okay.
Or no, maybe... No,
trying to
I
think of
don't
how
think it is, actually. I'm not sure. It always felt like that, but I don't think it was. Because, like, stuff like Buried wouldn't work in this version. Because the way Buried worked was because the tectonic plates were basically all rotated and moved about because of the nukes hitting. The tectonic... So, like, stuff that was underground was in, like, other places. So, like, that town was actually from America, but since the tectonic plate moved, it was in Egypt.
Right.
So that's why, like, at the top area of Buried, it's all, like, basically Egypt, and it's a big mining facility. And when you go down underneath, it's actually, you know, completely different.
I haven't played Buried.
Have you not? Well, you were playing... I remember me and Adam were playing in Blackout. We were in Buried. I was showing him Buried. I was like, oh, so
Oh no, I have played Buried.
Oh, you have? Yeah, because
No, we have played Buried.
we have played Buried, but we played Buried in terms of turned a lot.
No, we played Buried.
No, I know,
play
but
normal
I think we
Buried.
played Buried the most in turned.
Yeah, we did play a lot of
We played a lot of turn, me and PJ.
Yeah, can't say that. He doesn't want to be here. Chose not to join us.
Not yet. He
We'll
will
get him
return
eventually.
someday. He will return. We'll have him on as an appearance. We'll build it up over time, like Thanos
nice.
in the MCU.
It'll be a nice little
Yeah.
surprise whenever he finally appears.
He'll be on for
We'll
the
find
Flash
out if he's
special.
actually been watching. We'll find out if he's been watching.
If he talks to us about this episode, we'll know he listens to the podcast if he mentions it to you.
Well, I mean, now we can just say to him that this is why we mentioned him in the first place.
Well,
just
this is
so
the
that we
thing.
can
We're 40
see.
minutes in right now, so unless he skipped the through, but I don't think he'll skip this exact. I think he'll probably listen to it properly. So if you are PJ, you know, get on the podcast.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, PJ. Yeah. But
What podcast he chose not to appear on?
well, this is the
Anyone have
thing.
any other points?
Yeah,
to
well,
say on COD?
not just COD, but I think. Go on. Do you have
I
any?
was gonna say, should we discuss multiplayer at all, or have you played enough of that?
Oh yeah, we
Right,
actually
I haven't played multiplayer. Talk to me about it.
It's so difficult. I'm not the biggest fan of the maps. The maps.
Yeah,
are- There's not a large number of maps, and they've removed party kind of games. Like
Yeah.
there's no gun game, no sticks and stones, no one in the chamber.
Yeah, because that's really been dropping in especially the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 generation of games.
Yeah.
It
I think
really
Black Ops
dropped.
3 might have been the last one that like properly
Yeah, it really endorsed it.
had those game modes.
See, I played the multiplayer. I played 3 games before we did this podcast because I wanted to actually talk about it just to see what it was like. And I will say this, I don't remember the last time I played a multiplayer and got to a point where I automatically know that I don't want to continue playing it. It's so weird.
Well, this is the weird thing, because me and Adam religiously love Black Ops 4's multiplayer. Like,
I wouldn't
personally,
say religiously.
I
I have a
personally
strong
think...
admiration for it. I do not religiously love it.
No, he don't listen to him.
I think it is underrated.
It's
but
severely
it's-
underrated. I think it probably is one of the best Call of Duty multiplayers in terms of pacing. It has... Black Ops 2, I always think in terms of it had really good pace while at the same time feeling grounded. Black Ops 4 was that,
I
but
hate
even
Exosuit.
faster. But it wasn't faster
I
in
hate
terms of
Exosuits with a
confusion.
passion.
Because I know you play the Exosuits, but like...
See,
Cannot stand
Exosuit-
them. I hate them. I think none of the maps in Black Ops 3 were designed
Yeah.
with Exosuits. You could get
that's what I
rid
was
of
gonna say.
Exosuits and they're the same.
Exosuits
Compared
aren't
to
bad.
Titanfall.
Yeah, exosuits aren't bad as long as the maps are built in tandem with them. Like Titanfall
Like,
did
it felt very
perfectly.
scripted.
Yeah, it's like
It
only
felt very
certain.
scripted in Call of Duty where it's like, oh, that's where I run, and then I do this. This is the running track. Whereas on
Yeah.
Titanfall, it's very organic. The movement where you're bouncing about.
Well, I mean, that's because in
And it kind of made
Titanfall,
sense.
you
Black
can
Ops 2 was
tell.
just people running around a track and dropping down on you.
See, I
Yeah.
think
That
what
was
had
all
the
it was.
bigger problem was stuff like Advanced Warfare, where the maps were literally not built for that.
Well, I mean, Advanced Warfare wasn't wall running though. It was literally just a double jump and then like a strafe.
Well, that's the problem, but it wasn't like that. The problem was people were just literally jumping all about the place, like, a fucking grasshopper, like...
Yeah, but I think that Advanced Warfare was so much more manageable because whenever you did a double jump, it was literally just either straight up or sideways. But with Black Ops 3, you jump, but you can strafe mid-air because it kind of acts like a jetpack where you can hold it and then move. But at the same time, it didn't feel like any of the multiplayer was built for that.
Because the way they did it was, the reason they did that, and the reason I can understand why they have it like that, they had just come from, imagine Advanced Warfare, which Advanced Warfare itself had a completely different playlist for no jetpacks, because they knew people wouldn't be up for it. And that's why none of the maps were designed for those jetpacks, right? Then when it came to Black Ops 3, they know a lot of people didn't like the jetpacks, so to balance it out, they wanted it to feel like you didn't need to use them, but you had an advantage if you wanted to. And
I don't think that's a good mindset though.
Well, I think they limited it in terms of, you can do a lot with these things, but only for a short period of time. Whereas when it came to Advanced Warfare, you could do a lot of things really quickly, and there's not a lot of cooldown times. I think that was a big issue with it, and it was a big issue that a lot of people had. And that's why Black Ops 3 was more successful, I believe.
See, sadly, in Black Ops 3, though, I will say it just... Yeah. I will say Black Ops 3, it just felt like a not needed gimmick. In a way. Like, if you had taken it out of Black Ops 3, I don't think it would have changed much. I think maps you could have made just a lot more smoother without the wall running segments and stuff. But
I think they want an excuse to have the slide feature in.
Maps and brought in.
Yeah.
Because the slide feature originally one of the most... Black Ops, that's what I'm saying, but it was brought in with Black Ops 3, and the thing with it was one of the most overlooked features of that. And then when it came to Black Ops 4, you realised how good this was. Not just in zombies, but in multiplayer. And I think that's one thing I like about this generation of zombies. Is the fact that you still can't slide. Now, you don't often do it, but I know I enjoy it when I can, because it can get me out of some tight spots, and you can move about the map quicker. You can't spam it like you could in Black Ops 3 with, the BA. But I think it's a more well-rounded feature.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, folks. There appeared to be a slight connection issue.
Oh, did you leave?
Yeah, there's a slight issue on my end.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to say much this time around.
Well, is there anything you want to... You think you've played a lot more of Cold War's multiplayer than me. Is there anything you want to say about it?
I'll be interested to see how the DLC changes it. Its pace is slower, but...
Well, my problem with it is I don't think a lot of people are going to play it.
My turn to speak, Alex. This is all the last... Okay, I'm going to address a gripe here. Last week, anytime I tried to do anything, I was cut off by Alex. There were so many stories that were just left untold because I started saying them, and Alex...
Now, for people who are listening, Adam listened back to the podcast. I personally didn't listen back to the podcast.
I listened back to it, and I was just like, it happens about 5 times. I think it may have happened more this time around.
Well, no, because I do leave periods because David was talking, especially. David's our guest. Right, Adam, let's not be bickering in front of our guest here. We do have a guest here, for God's sake. My apologies, David, for my co-star, for my co-host's rudeness.
I can't believe this. I can't believe I have to work with these unprofessionals.
It's like when your man tells you off when you have a friend over and you're like, what the hell?
People at this point are realising this has nothing to do with Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's just us rambling and stuff.
This is what this podcast is. Get used to it.
It's literally just us trying to be productive in doing things that we just sit on Xbox and do.
Yeah.
Like,
this is just us recording ourselves on an Xbox chat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Essentially. What were you saying, Adam? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. Maybe I'll reveal it next week.
That's the teaser. Will he talk next week?
What are we doing next week?
Well, no, I don't want to tease people.
Don't want to reveal too much,
You
do
Don't
you?
reveal.
But
You don't want to show behind the camera. You know,
You need a
'cause-
bit of a hook.
well, who's gonna listen this far? This is the problem.
Yeah, to be fair,
Who's listening to this?
rambles
No, who's
for like
listening
15
to this in
minutes?
general, other than Adam, because he wants to count too many times he gets cut off by me. No.
Well, I mean, I just want to see if PJ listens. So,
Oh yeah, good point. Actually,
We're
PJ,
doing Christmas
we
films
do
next week.
apologize.
We're doing Christmas films next
We'll
week.
do Christmas
see you
films.
then.
That's because December 1st, isn't it?
oh, it's December 1st already next week.
Yeah. I
Oh my
think.
god.
Well, by the time this comes out,
Yeah.
it'll be a week.
By the time this comes out, we may be filming in the one location.
Oh, now that's a
Ooh.
tease.
That is a tease.
Obviously, with strict,
Oh,
yeah,
sitting at opposite
restrictions.
ends of the table.
strict restrictions due to the current world issue at the moment.
The bad
Um,
virus at the moment.
I can't say that, Dave. Not on
I'm
YouTube.
sorry.
I'll
we
have to edit you
monetized
out.
now?
If anyone
We're-
hears what he
we're not
said,
even-
I bleeped what he said.
We're not
did he
even
say?
monetized, but
You don't know. Shh, nah, you don't want to show behind the
I
camera,
said-
Dave.
Oh,
You can't
no.
give it away.
Yeah, Alex
Oh,
refuses to
no.
monetize.
No, you can't monetize unless you have a certain amount of people.
Us and our.
No, you can
us
still
and
run
our-
ads on
No, I looked into that. They changed
YouTube,
it.
you can't.
Nah, they changed it.
Things have changed.
Things have changed since your YouTube days, Adam. Should we
I,
touch on
actually-
that?
No, I went
Oh.
back and enlisted them all yesterday.
All right, just in
Oh,
case.
really?
Because I was speaking to my housemates and they were trying to find this podcast. And
Just in case they found.
I've realised it's still my Xbox name and I was like, I need to make sure they
That would be the first thing they saw.
We were still in the we were all in the living room and I was just unlisting everything.
It's a good job you hid that. Oh my
Hiding in
God.
plain sight.
Yeah, they were.
Would you like to reveal your former YouTube channel?
No,
Oh no, actually
I think-
don't, because it gives away your Xbox name now.
Yeah.
People could find it.
I think I've now just changed it to a series of numbers as well.
Well, the problem is we've narrowed it down that we play Xbox. That's narrowed it down to at least 100 people.
It's a nice little scavenger hunt for anyone that actually does listen to us to try and find Adam's YouTube channel, just so we know what his Xbox name is.
Anyway, do you want
Anyway.
to put the Instagram?
Yeah, we'll chat about dancing. I don't know why we're talking about this last. No one's gonna listen the whole way through.
just-
Why
does
did we
something
not do
have
this
an
at the
Instagram?
start?
Put it at the start. You can just take this and put it.
This
in.
sounds like stuff I should edit out, but I'm just too lazy to.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is the charm of our podcast, though. We're just too lazy to
Nothing
edit
is
small parts.
coordinated
We're just too lazy to
whatsoever.
edit your
Right,
arguments.
I'm gonna do the outro now.
No, you just plug the,
You can find
Instagram
us on YouTube at State of Podcast, Spotify State of Podcast,
and Twitter
Podcast
at State of
Podcastics,
Podcasts.
Podcastics State of Podcast, Instagram State of Podcasts.
Well, actually,
do
go to Podcastics is the best because it shows you all the links to all them.
We'll find us all there,
Yeah.
or wherever you're listening to. Hopefully, we've linked it. We
Exactly.
probably have.
We probably have, especially because
Yeah,
I know
we
I
do.
haven't linked anything on
Because
YouTube.
I'm gonna end with one word. Fuck the Spotify Creators Program.
I'm gonna bleep that.
Oh yeah, there's a bit of bleeding on my part.
Oh
then.
wait, I don't have to. This is explicit, anyways.
Oh, you must.
No, I'm gonna bleep the advertising word you just said, so you don't know what people
Also,
said.
also bleep the V word that I said.
What? What'd you say?
Vagina.
Virus.
Right now, you said it twice.
I know that I'm saying the bleep.
Right.
word
Anyways, right. Good luck. I apologize. This week's episode was. I imagine these are gonna get a lot worse, so I wouldn't stick
Oh,
around.
Please do. Please do.
But please do. But please do.
It helps with our mental sanity.
Adios.
Fuck's sakes. Oh, there's a balls, lads.
Are we
Balls
not-
pour.
No, I haven't stopped recording yet. Are we not doing an outro?
I thought we did the outro.
No,
Fuck it.
right, no. People kept talking. I don't want to edit that much.
Oh my god.
Just fucking turn it off, man. Turn it off.